Hey everybody, it's Steve from Middle Kingdom Fitness. Now I claim to be a resistance band expert, and I'm fairly confident in saying that I am. I've been using them for over 5 years, using them in a hybrid version with going to the gym or using them exclusively. And I know hundreds of different exercises, but I'm not just sitting on my laurels here. I'm trying to fine-tune and modify every exercise. So today you're going to see me experimenting with 2 new exercises, one for the chest and one for the triceps. Fingers crossed. The first exercise I'm going to try and tweak is the incline chest press. Normally, I'll use the door, I'll have the anchor set at about knee level, and I'll do the press itself. Now there are some inherent problems with that. One, unless your door is super tight, the anchor will slide up and down, and you have to allow for that. 2, you want to avoid using too much of the shoulder. You don't want it to become a shoulder press, and sometimes that can happen with the door anchor. And 3, it's one less thing for me to change, because the next exercise, I'm going to do the chest exercise, the chest fly, excuse me. So if I go down lower to do the incline and go back up, it's an extra series of movements. So if I can eliminate that, that would be great. So what I'm going to try and do today is do this from my knees. And I've tried this before, but I did see someone do something similar. And let me back up so we're fully in the screen here. And I figured I can incorporate it into the incline chest press. So what I've done is I've taken the band. It's very important that you have it centered. And it's under my knee, my rear knee. I have my front knee forward and bent. I'm losing balance. Let me situate myself. There we go. Okay, so I think it'll work. I just need to work on the balance issues. One of the things I have to remember from what I learned from karate lessons 30 years ago is that you need to have a wide base so you don't tip over in one direction or the other. And also I have to make sure that my back knee, the one that is supporting the bands, is actually in the middle so you don't have... So I'm going to give this experiment a B-. It could definitely work as long as I make some more changes. So I'll let you know. Let's hope I have better luck with the triceps modification. Okay, for the second tweak, let me show you exactly what's going on here. It would be much easier than just explaining it without the video. So I'm doing overhead tricep extensions. I've been trying to tweak this one for a couple of months, and I've done all kinds of things. What I used to do was anchor it at the top, face away from the wall, and extend my arms up and over my head. But I wanted to get more of a barbell kind of feel to it. So what I did was I added a chair into the mix, and I anchored it at the bottom. But I was losing a little bit of... Oh, I remember what the problem was. That I had to hold the handles in each hand, and it was hard to balance it. When I moved the handles together and tried to grip them both with one hand, it was also not balanced properly. One hand was absorbing more of the weight than the other. So then I tried it from the bottom again, with no chair, on my knees, and the range of motion was not there. It was very hard to do. There was a short range of motion, as I said. So then I added this strap, which is included with my Toro Bands resistance band set. I don't know if this is the purpose. I'm sure it's not, actually, because I did check with them on... They were very quick to answer their customer service, by the way. This is to wrap it around poles or trees when you're out and don't have a door to anchor with. But what I did here was I connected it, instead of the handle, to the bands itself. So let's try it this way. Okay, so here we're going to experiment with the new technique with the Toro Band strap. This way I can get both hands in They are absorbing the same amount of pressure. Sorry about the no shirt. It's really hot. I am working on the stomach. I am down 2 kilograms in the last 7 days. So that's close to 6 pounds. Okay, maybe I should back up the camera just a bit. Excuse me. Okay. So now I have it, both hands in the strap. Ah, this is good. This is a good one. Okay, the only thing, let's experiment a little bit more, but yeah, that's not going to work. I was holding the band a little bit lower. But my original method, I just have to get the right distance with the chair and the door, and I'm going to be all set. So I'm going to consider this one a success. I'm going to give this one an A minus. An A minus. Okay, so let's look at the overall report card for today's resistance band exercise experiments. In the first video, I said that I would give the exercise a B minus, but just like I was in my 34 years of teaching, I tend to be over generous with the grades. I am now reflecting, and the movement itself actually deserves a C plus conservatively. So I'm not going to do the incline movement on the floor anymore with my knee behind. I tried a few different variations. I'm just going to have to go back to the way I did it and deal with the fact that the anchor will slide up a little bit depending on which door I choose to use. I'll keep thinking. I'll find a way around it. When I get into my new home gym, which is being built as we speak, I'm going to have different things in position, braces and hooks and things that should counteract the problem, but that's still in the future. As for the second move, the overhead tricep extensions, I did give it an A minus, and I'm going to stick to that. I am going to use it. There was one flaw, which I wanted to get more out of the range of motion, but that's something I can adjust. Like I said in the video, I have to experiment with where I put the chair, or if I can find a smaller chair or a small stool, that would work as well. So I just got to play around, but it's a keeper. It just needs to be tweaked. So just remember, when you think you know everything, you don't know everything. There's always something that can be done that can change it, that can improve it slightly. Don't be so narrow-minded as some people tend to be. Be open to change, and not just when it comes to resistance bands, but when it comes to life too. There's always somebody who knows something different than we do, and it's a fool who thinks he's too smart to listen to other people. Stay positive, stay strong. Sorry to bother you again. Postscript. I did the second exercise, the overhead tricep extension, one more time, and I made a slight tweak, and it's the answer. All I needed to do was lean forward a little bit, and that extended how far deep I can go. When you're up here, you can only go to like here. But when you lean forward, you can go further down and get a better range of motion and more time under tension. Never give up. Stay positive, stay strong.